Hi there, Nikki, Hallows Spirit Pursuers. Dan is here. He's just through in a room in there. But for most of you that have watched our previous video last year of the Battle of Britain Hall, you will notice we have come back. We are armed with more equipment and different cameras, plenty of gadgets. So let's just do a quick walkthrough of where we've placed our equipment. I don't normally do this, but I just wanted to add that the later our investigation becomes, the more activity we received. And all I will say is please do watch the entire video, because certain sequence of events, I believe, lead up to what happens not long before we end our investigation. And all I will say is, did we catch something paranormal on camera? Okay, so we're in the main hall. We have placed the Magnavox in the middle of the floor, and that will detect variations in EMF. We have a REM pod just in the main doorway there. For those of you that will remember, that went ballistic last time we were here. We've got a couple of static cameras. Just let my camera focus. One in the corner there, and one at the opposite end of the room, just down there. So they are facing opposite sides. In the kitchen, we have a camera just there. There we go. Facing that direction. There is another camera facing down the corridor there. Now, I wanted to show you this little gadget here. This is something new that I've recently purchased. Got it from PK Paranormal, actually. They make and sell paranormal equipment. Now, this is a motion detection that will make a really high-pitched noise, but it will also turn a laser grid on once the motion is triggered. I'll just show you. And there's the grid. That will stop. Obviously, the idea of the laser grid is you'll see if any of the lasers, any of the dots actually move with motion. So that's reset. I'm not going to walk past that, but just down there is, actually I will, let's trigger it. Sorry, that's me stepping over a cable. Ladies, little outside corridor here for you guys that may remember. I have actually placed a REM pod down there. No camera out here though. So, and that's the camera that's looking down the corridor here. And this will be me triggering this device. So, just go through to the other room where Dan is. This is actually a cinema room. There is a REM pod in here somewhere. Let's see if we can find Dan. There's the REM pod. And Dan's sitting down here. This is where we did detect a figure on
already have done.
SLS previously.
We already have done tonight.
And Dan already has on the SLS. So that's all our equipment. Obviously, throughout the night, we can get other bits of equipment out and use it as we see fit. So we're now just about ready to go lights out. So, catch you later. Here's the clip of the skeletal figure Dan had already started to pick up. Okay, we've now gone lights out, and I'm now going to walk through to where Dan is and start the session in there. Try to do it without walking into anything. Okay, so Magnavix. Okay. Let's get Alice going. If there's anybody here that would like to communicate with us, you may recognise us. We have been here before and tried to communicate. We did actually pick up on a stick figure in this room on the SLS previously. We've got lots of cameras scattered around, REM pods, trigger devices. We've got Alice. You can use Alice to communicate with us. Got a dictaphone. If there's anybody here, please do come through on one of the devices. That's me sliding past something. And communicate with us, please. Last time we were here, I had someone speaking German to me through EchoVox. Is that same person here? You've already triggered the Magnavix in the hall tonight when we were setting up. So we know there's energy in here already. Anything at all you'd like to say to us? It's incredibly quiet, don't you think?
Yeah.
Oh.
Kitchen.
What about the kitchen? Who's in the kitchen? I know we had a device trigger in the kitchen last time. We had motion detection trigger in there. Who's in the kitchen? If you're in the kitchen, can you set off the device near the doorway leading down to the corridor, please? Can you try and spell your name? So this would have been the altar in the church, wouldn't it?
Yep.
This part here. In the room that's currently being used for storage, but is actually a cinema room, I believe. So you've just said the word kitchen. Is there anything else you'd like to tell me about the kitchen? Do you not like us being here? Do you not like the equipment we've put in the kitchen?
Hello.
Ooh. Dan is tracking something.
It's actually on the edge of the
Oh,
TV screen.
hello. That's gone.
Scared it off.
That was bizarre.
Can you come back, please? I've been panning about getting nothing.
Come back, please. Don't go
And if
away.
you notice, all that background disappeared when it appeared.
Yeah.
That's bizarre. Can you come back?
We've just come to say hello and communicate with you again. I hope you don't mind us being here. But we loved communicating with you the first time. We just wanted to come back and speak to you some more. Yet.
Disaster.
Yet disaster. What disaster? What do you mean by disaster? Very strange that the first word that's to come through on Alice though is kitchen. And that's where we had a lot of activity the first time we came, didn't we?
Yeah.
Motion sensors going off, orbs, all sorts really. Oh,
Vomit. Peace.
vomit, peace. Were you poisoned? Is that why you vomit?
Really.
Really? You did really vomit?
Free.
Free. Do you mean you're free now? Is that what you mean? This is one crazy busy room. Oh, there's pterodactyl. Hello. Anything else you want to say to us in this room? We're going to be here for a while.
Raid.
Raid. Where did you raid? Can you come back on the SLS? Can we see you again, please? We know you're in here, you're just hiding at the moment. We mean you no disrespect. Please come forward and communicate with us.
Gently.
Gently.
Shock.
Do you have a message for anyone at all? Shall I get the spirit box out for you? So you can try and communicate through the spirit box?
Slam.
Slam. Okay, I'm going to get the spirit box out and give that a go and see what we get come through, because we are getting some communication in the back here, and Dan is picking up on the odd skeletal figure on SLS. It just disappears. So we'll give the spirit box a go, so I'll just get that set up.
You tried to climb the telly. Oh, you've gone again. Can you come back?
Yeah, I've just turned round and it's disappeared.
Oh, you've gone like you.
Well, maybe it just wants to communicate with you. So we've got the spirit box going now.
Would you rather just communicate with me? Show yourself if you'd rather just communicate with me.
Or say yes through the spirit box.
It's you.
It's you. Do you want to just communicate with Dan in this room?
Who is it I keep seeing on the SLS camera? Can you say your name?
Did that just say, can I get a drink? Later class. Do you watch the classes that come in here? I bet there's lots of different things that take place in the wall. Oi, we're listening. We're all ears. You don't need to say oi. I've never known the word oi to come out on Alice. Have you?
No. No, I haven't.
Powder.
After the word powder, I thought I heard a voice then.
Dan was absolutely correct. The next audio clip you're about to hear does contain bad language that some viewers may find offensive.
What?
Hello,
Hello.
how are you?
Bye again. Can you tell me? Sorry, what was that?
I'm sure that said Big Tom, but I could be wrong, I don't know.
Are you Big Tom? Did you say Big Tom?
Violence.
Did you fight in the war?
Helen. Hi, Helen. Or are you trying to reach a Helen? As or AS. They said AS rather than as. So are they initials? The. Helen as the. Would you like me to leave Dan alone in here? Would you like that? Tag.
Playback.
So I've turned the spirit box off now. Definitely got some stuff come through on that. And actually I've never heard it that quiet, radio frequency wise. Have you, Dan?
No.
That was quite bizarre. Would you be happy to be left in here on your own?
Of course.
Oh, Alice is going.
Sally. Murphy.
Sally, Murphy and Song. That's 3 names. Helen, Sally and Murphy. And
Is it
Song.
Sally Murphy.
Hey?
Or is the name Sally Murphy?
Is it Sally Murphy? Yeah, we just don't know. And Song, this was a church during World War II.
Yeah.
They would have sang songs here, songs of praise, that kind of thing. Okay, so I'm going to leave Dan in here on his own, but I'm just going to stop my equipment for the moment and go and grab Dan some extra bits of kit. Here's a copy of the Alice script from our session in the cinema room. Okay, I'm going to shut Dan in and I'm going to walk around with my fleur for a little bit. Shit, tripping over a table. Okay. That's the kitchen doorway there. And the darkness in the background is the corridor. It's the main entrance. You can probably hear Dan, he's beyond that wall there. The Magnavox. Kitchen. That's the TV setup. Okay. Did you see it? Let's take a quick look back at that thermal imaging. Paranormal? What do you think? Let's take a closer look. Now, it would appear that our wireless cameras may have picked something up too. Or did it? Let's take a look from both angles, and I'll let you decide. Okay, so I've come back into the main hall. I've just walked round with the FLIR, thermal imaging. I've left Dan through there, basically, behind that wall, which is in the cinema room. He was picking up skeletal on the SLS, and every time I turned to look at it, it disappeared. So we've kind of come to the conclusion that perhaps whatever spirit is in there wants to communicate with Dan alone, so I've kind of left him to it. So I'm back in the main hall, so I'll just show you the camera setup we have. So I have 6 cameras in total, but tonight I'm only using 4, and they record onto a hard drive. So really handy to have, really handy piece of kit. Is a tad bit expensive, but if you're like me and you have lots of static cameras on tripods, battery powered as well, that you use, I've still got those, don't get me wrong, I've got them as a backup, and they're good for places where you have no power source. But this is a really good way because it all records onto a hard drive, and you can download that onto flash stick and go through your footage. They are night vision. I'll say the only downside to them, you can see one behind me actually, just there on a tripod. They do need power. The cameras need power. Obviously the hard drive needs power, and that monitor I use as well needs power if you want to view it in real time. So I'm going to take this opportunity to sit on the floor and run an Alice session. Okay, so I've got Alice going now. It's parked my bum on the floor. We will be able to hear Dan, as he can probably hear me, which is why I'm kind of keeping my voice down a little bit. So he'll probably hear Alice as well. If there's anybody here with us, would you like to come through on Alice and communicate with me, please? I'm going to attempt to pull a dictaphone out of my pocket. Bear with. Sorry, disorganised. Very disorganised. Okay, let's turn this on. We've come back to communicate with you, to perhaps find out a little bit more about you. Oh, the sneeze again. We'd love to learn more. No more?
Pennies.
Pennies. What about the pennies? What can you tell us about the pennies? It's the Magnavox. If you're in here with me, would you like to walk towards the Magnavox, please?
Wreck.
Wreck.
Grandma.
Grandma. Who's Grandma? Whose grandma are we talking about?
Leg.
Leg. What do you mean by leg?
Vase.
And vase. I have got my millimeter, so I'm just going to turn that on.
Records.
Records. Alice says records. So since we've been here, it's been a steady 18-ish degrees in the hall. The temperature's not really dropped. Do you mind us being here?
Map. Photograph.
Map, photograph. What do you mean by map and photograph? What am I missing?
Himself.
Himself. Photograph himself. Dan?
Yeah.
Take some pictures of yourself sitting in that room. That's pretty much an instruction that's just come through Alice. Yeah?
With myself.
Yes, what it says, photograph himself. Give it a go.
Wishing.
Wishing. Okay. Getting no fluctuations in EMF. Let's check. That's me triggering the Mel. So it's like a REM pod. So anything goes near that area, that will go off.
I think I must have laughed because he gets some bloody horrendous photos.
Do you like that we've come back to talk to you some more? Do you like that?
By. Truck.
Wishing by truck.
Doug.
Doug.
Street.
Don't be afraid to talk to us. Come forward. Come forward and communicate. Touch the antenna on the millimeter.
Drawing.
Drawing.
Map.
Map again. What is it about the map?
Trial.
Trial. Any message at all? Very quiet in here now, apart from the ticking of the timer for the heaters. Okay, I'm going to end my session sitting in the hall on my own. And I think I'm going to go into one of the side rooms, draw. So we've had a lot about map, drawing, that kind of thing on here, photograph, all similar sort of stuff. Video. I am videoing, yes, I'm recording myself actually talking to myself. Okay, so let's just end the session in here. Here's a copy of the Alice script from my session in the hall. Okay, so I have come into one of these little side rooms now. Apparently, these used to be the original toilets when it was a church. Now, we didn't come in here before on our last investigation, so I thought I'd give it a go. Just me on my own in here. I think Dan has just come out of that room. Put my Mel back on. If there is anybody here with me in this cupboard, please come forward. Please speak into the dictaphone that I've brought in here with me. I've brought my Mel meter in here. The temperature in here is 17 degrees, so it's a degree less in here, and I'll tell you what, you can feel it in here. It's quite chilly, to say the least. Touch the aerial, go and touch the green light and make my device go off, please. It's not very big in here. There is a little cubby hole back there. It's just literally brick wall back there. I can't really see. There's chairs in there and that's about it, but it's literally just this room. It's not very big at all. I'll just show you so you can get an idea. So I'm in here and there's that little room back there. Just for the chairs really. So yep. Would you like me to run a spirit box session? Is there anybody in here with me? If so, can you tell me your name, please? Is that Brenda or Glenda? Can you repeat that, please? You have been here before, but you didn't come in the little side rooms. Do you have a message for anyone? I hope you don't mind me being in here. I just thought I'd come and see if you'd like to communicate, have a chat, if that's okay. If you touch my device with the green light, it will go off and make a noise. and I'll know you're here with me. We're now down to 16 degrees, so the temperature in here is dropping. Had the name Helen come through earlier. Is Helen here? Strange smell in here. Yeah. Yeah, there is. A strange smell in this room. It's just, all of a sudden it's just started. It's bizarre. Bit of an off smell, if you know what I mean. It's getting cold in this room. Do you have any messages for me before I turn the spirit box off? Anything you want to say at all? Talk into the dictaphone. Speak into my camera. Come through the spirit box. Or touch the device that's lit up on the chair. Any final messages? Okay, I'm going to stop the spirit box now.
Playback.
Okay, I'm going to end my session in here now, so and head back out and find Dan. Just had a little break, and would appear I scared Dan coming out of that room because he didn't realise I was in there. We are now going to go into the kitchen. Okay, get Alice going. We're in the kitchen now. Is anybody here with us in the kitchen or down in the corridor? Can you please come through on Alice, the dictaphone, or show yourself in front of the green flashing light, that device there, so we can see your outline, please. Dan's EMF. Why is it difficult to come through and communicate with us? We just want to know a little bit more about you. We know you're here.
Only.
What did that say? Only. I'm just going to reach in front of this and turn the volume up on Alice. There we go.
Rob. 2.
Rob 2. Keep getting a whiff of something really off.
Crops. Elizabeth.
Hi Elizabeth. Hi Elizabeth. Would you like to communicate with us? At this point, my dictaphone has picked up the following EVP. Sounds like it's coming from the back hall. Do you know what it's saying? What's your connection to the Battle of Britain Hall?
Stood.
What did I say?
Stood.
Where are you stood? Where can we find you, Elizabeth?
Hand.
Does that say hand or and? End. Dan's moved the SLS and I've turned Alice round and I'm standing next to her so I can hear her.
After.
End after. Stood end after. What does that mean? Can you be more specific with your words, please?
Mummy.
Mummy? Who's mummy?
Remember. Disturb.
You are remembered by many.
Show.
Show? Would you like to show yourself?
When. Living.
Went living.
Right. Seek. Candle.
Seat.
Seat.
Yep, so there would have been seats in here and candles when this was a church. And the seats would have been facing that direction towards the altar. This has probably got a connection to this being a church. It's a little peephole in the door. If you are here with us, please don't be scared. Come and set off one of our devices. Elizabeth, if you're still here, would you like to set off one of the devices? If you don't mind which one, you've just got to go right up close to them.
December.
What about December?
Tweak. Wishing.
Tweak, wishing.
Third.
Wishing third? Or is that 3rd of December? Are we getting a few mixed messages come through, Alice?
You.
What about me? What's going to happen on the 3rd of December? Or are you wishing me something? Okay, let's get the spirit box going.
Hello. Hello. Can you stop one of our devices, please? Holy shit.
The next clip you're about to see was caught on one of the wireless cameras in the main hall. Now, we have reviewed this footage many, many times, and I can honestly say we have absolutely no explanation for what we have caught on camera.
Hello. Hello. Can you stop one of our devices, please? Holy shit.
Let's watch that again, but in slow motion.
I just saw something just float across.
Monitor. Win.
Yes. Yes, I did. I saw you on the monitor. Wow. Can you do that again? Oh, the other monitor's gone off.
Mail.
Mail, Dan. Who did Dan see on the monitor? Can you tell us through the white noise, please?
Rosaline.
Rosaline. Hi, Rosaline.
Outline.
Outline. mistress. Rosaline's the mistress. Is that happening again?
Really weird stuff's going on.
On which camera?
On next to me.
So, looking down at the other end?
Yeah.
Bed.
Bed.
I think you need to come in here and you need to look at this camera because
I'll leave Alice running then.
that camera, top right. Can you try and show yourself again, please? Something floated across that screen and I watched it do it.
Whoa!
And I don't mean like that.
Look, yeah.
But there's been all sorts. There's been lights that have been falling down like a shooting star and fading out as they're falling. There's been some kind of entity just trying.
So
seems like
we've
they're
pretty much had like an apparition trying,
trying to come
fall.
through and floated across behind me. I watched on the screen this line of floating across the screen. It's hard to say. You just got to see it. It was like it
Okay,
was
I'm
something
gonna
that was
go.
material.
I'm going to go and grab
materialising.
Alice out of the kitchen. I'm going to leave Alice rolling in here, and I'm going to come and sit in here, and we're going to watch these monitors. Okay, so we're now watching the static camera that's been getting pretty much all of these weird light anomalies and just weird stuff that's going on, and it's facing towards what would have been the altar behind that wall where it says 1940 to 2006. That's now an artificial wall that would have been the altar when this was the church. So we're literally just sitting on the floor, and I've made that one camera.
Did you see that?
Yeah, I did, yeah. Bearing in mind, we're not moving around in here. All right, there is a carpet, but the light anomalies we're getting are not what you'd expect of things like dust and bugs and stuff like that. So this bit of footage may seem really dull, but look at that. That came through that door. Right, I'm going to go and put the EM pump over there. I'll put that down there. It's now lighting up.
EM
Whoa.
pump, you mean?
Sorry, yeah, the EM pump. That's my other new gadget. PK Paranormal. Rather than bore you with an hour's worth of my jaw dropping, the next clip you will see is a compilation of the light anomalies caught on that camera. and some from some of the other cameras. Here's a copy of the Alice script from the session in the kitchen. Hi there, Nikki, Dan. Hello, Spirit Pursuers. We've now finished our investigation at the Battle of Britain Hall. Wow, is all I can say. Different to the first time we investigated. Obviously, we've got different setup with cameras and stuff, some different equipment. Dan, what did you think?
I'm tired now, but yeah, very good evening.
Yeah, I'm lost for words. We've had lots come through on Alice. We've had some things come through on the Spirit Box. Haven't had any of the devices triggered like we did the first time, but that doesn't mean to say that stuff hasn't happened. By the time all of this footage is put together, we hope you've enjoyed this investigation, this part 2 of coming back to the Battle of Britain Hall. So for now,
Catch you later.
catch you later.